Well, what do we have here?
Adventure Game Geek.
He's solving riddles great and small.
Adventure Game Geek.
Adventure games, he loves them all. Every day is a new quest, exploring north, south, east, to west. Point and click to find the answers that we seek. Adventure Game Geek.
Hello there, fellow adventurers. Well, as you can see, it's real snowy outside today. So, seeing as we're going to be snowed in, let's grab a bottle of wine and our trusty magnifying glass and delve into the Carol Reed Mysteries. Carol Reed is a series of games set in and around the city of Norrkoping, Sweden, where there is a large population of moose and every building is painted with the Swedish flag. Okay, I'm kidding about that, but there are many moose. The developers are husband and wife team Mikael and Aline Nyqvist, who together form MDNA Games. Right now there are a total of 12 Carol Reed adventures available on their website, starting with Remedy back in 2004 and going all the way up to Profound Red just released this year. In this review I'll be looking at the series as a whole, and yes, I have played all 12 games. What can I say? I'm a geek. An adventure game geek. All the gameplay screens are made up of actual photographs taken around Norrkoping, and in the earlier games a filter is added which makes them look like watercolor paintings, and gives everything an artistic, dreamlike quality that is sadly diminished in the later games. The story starts out with the title character Carol on holiday in Sweden from her native England.
Carol Reed. That's me.
As we soon find out though, this turns into more than just a relaxing holiday where Carol sits around reading her favourite Jane Austen novel. She receives a letter to say that her detective friend Conrad died under mysterious circumstances, so she sets out to investigate. First stop is Conrad's sister Katarina.
I'll make you a cup of tea from stinging nettles.
Well, I prefer Tetley myself, but thanks for offering. Katarina is obviously very fond of incense, and her supply must be this new age store, where the shopkeeper is voiced by none other than Jonathan Boakes, the creator of Darkfall and The Lost Crown.
May I interest you in some crystals?
So who else can Carol find to talk to?
Conrad what? Never heard of him.
Wow, what a helpful chap. This mysterious guy becomes a regular character in the series, but we don't find out his name until after he asks Carol out in the third game Time Stands Still.
I thought that maybe you'd like to go out for tea or something sometime.
This is a promising start for what could have been a great romance between Carol and the man called Jonas, but as time goes on she becomes so preoccupied with solving cases that she mostly ignores him. All he wants to do is have a drink with her or take her for a ride in his car, but Carol turns him down every time. He even invites her to an adventure game convention, which of course I'd be totally up for, but Carol's not interested.
Jonas gave me this, but I have no time for games.
Well, if she really doesn't have time for games, why does she have such a huge adventure game collection? Here we can see some of the games I've already reviewed, such as Phantasmagoria, Rhea, and Ripper, and many others such as the Tex Murphy games. With all the adventure game references scattered throughout the series, it's obvious that the developers are great fans of the genre. What's this Hans Arnold game though? Never heard of that one. So it turns out that Carol takes over Conrad's detective business and stays in Sweden to solve more mysteries. Another recurring character is Stina, played by Sarah Louise Williams, who also provides the voice of Carol.
Hi Carol! Make my day!
She can always be found in various stores, from a general convenience store and smoke shop to a fishmonger's and fruit stand. She knows her way around Norrkoping and is the best source for finding out where to go next. In Cold Case Summer, she sends you on an epic quest to find her some asparagus peas, and offers you an ice cream as a reward, but just like with Jonas, Carol has no time for such things. I mean, what kind of cold-hearted person won't even stop to enjoy an ice cream? We never actually get to see what she looks like, except when she's having tea with Jonas, but her face is covered with a hat, and then in Black Circle where we catch a glimpse of her feet. She obviously likes shoes and of course panties. Maybe this is a photo of her? She's definitely short, judging by the number of times she's not able to reach something.
I can't reach it.
I'm way too short.
It's way too high for me.
And she's also not very thin, according to this guy.
You can undress and lie down on the bed in here. I'm going to make myself sexy to maximize your experience.
If you're looking for more erotic content, you can visit Mistress Allegra in Shades of Black.
That's no way to speak to your mistress. And get down on the floor now.
Nah, that's okay. I'm pretty comfortable here.
Oh, I thought you were a customer.
Oh, no worries. Maybe later, though. In Profound Red, you can also explore the kinky confines of a swingers club called Adam and Eva, which is apparently a real place. This is also where you find an engagement ring hidden inside a tube of, cream. I wonder what Carol's thinking in these situations. Maybe behind her squeaky clean exterior there's a sexy beast waiting to be unleashed.
Oh, I thought you were a prostitute.
This is Biggie, another Carol Reed regular voiced by Gareth Williams, who also plays various other characters in the series.
Oh no, don't hurt me.
He's always happy to take time out of his sanitation duties to help Carol.
No problemo, baby.
His breakout performance is in Blue Madonna.
You stepped on my face. You stepped all over the place. I'm hoping to land a record deal sometime soon.
Well, good luck with that. Speaking of music, it's all composed by Mikael Nyquist and suitably reflects both the picturesque locations as well as the not-so-picturesque, such as all the abandoned buildings and disused factories you can visit. So many that in Bosch's Damnation there's a reference to the fact that players may find it repetitive. I could say the same thing though about the number of museums in the series, like the school museum where the kids are obviously having a great time, and the church museum where you find the famous painting of Hell by Hieronymus Bosch. One of the series' greatest strengths is being able to explore and take in all the sights of Norrköping. Some of the most notable locations are the downtown area with the cactus display, the Flatiron Building and Industrial Park, St. Lydia's Church in Blue Madonna, and Lofsted Castle in Hope Springs Eternal, where to enter the castle you need to take a quiz whose answers are scattered around the grounds. Unfortunately, the castle guide can't get up to help us.
I'm on this meditation program. I'm not supposed to move.
Then there's some places that look very different, such as the Dead City in Cold Case Summer. So you may notice that besides the people you talk to, there's no one else around. I believe this is because the photos were taken at night during the summertime when in Sweden it's still daylight out. In Bosch's Damnation, we get to see a glimpse of the dark and cold Swedish winter, and the Blood Falls, which is a Norrköping landmark and is usually coloured red. Carol first explores the falls in The Colour of Murder when they're drained of water, and there's a few other locations she revisits on her travels, such as the Herb Garden where Jonas first asked her out, but by then she's only thinking about solving the next mystery and playing with her dollhouse. The puzzles mostly consist of finding the right key or combination to open a door or puzzle box, of which there are a plethora throughout the series. In Blue Madonna you find what's called the unopenable box, which as the name suggests can never be opened. Oh, never mind. There's also the typical inventory puzzles like combining a hockey stick with some blue tack to make a handy sticky stick. So does Carol ever get into any sticky situations? Well, there are times when danger lurks just around the corner. Ah, holy shit! Carol gets knocked out on a few occasions and has to figure out how to escape. Here we take on developer Mikael Nyquist himself in one of his cameos.
I'm taking you out for good this time.
His role is often tongue-in-cheek, like an East Side Story where he tries to convince Carol to join a nudist club.
I think you're just the kind of girl for this club.
And who can forget him in Black Circle?
So what can I do for you, young lady?
In the end, Carol unravels the mystery and comes face to face with a culprit, who stands there in a never-ending loop waiting to see what Carol will do next.
I think you've lost the game.
This is pretty hilarious, especially in Shades of Black, where you hit the guy over the head and he gets right back up again as if nothing happened.
Come on. Have you met Black?
And so Carol lives to take on another case and the cycle of life continues. In summary, I have a soft spot for these games despite the fact that they're pretty simplistic and the acting isn't the most dramatic.
Is she dead? I didn't know that.
I always enjoy revisiting Norrköping, exploring new places and seeing familiar faces, as well as meeting other famous Swedes such as Moustache Man.
Welcome to the Zodal Moral Mission.
The skateboard park owner.
Skate safe.
And Amber the prostitute.
I can take female customers, if you insist.
The greatest mystery for me is what goes on in this white room. There's a chair, a rock, and a cupboard with a mini fan. So based on this evidence, please comment with any theories you might have. How will Carol fare in her next adventure? Will she survive? Will she ever settle down with Jonas? What store will she find Stina in? And what will appear in Carol's fridge next?
Come on, have you met Black? Come on, have you met Black?